Guys, I think it's time we talk about something a little different today, and excuse me if I'm looking over here because I have the mirror right here, so I'm doing my hair. This bun lamp and a little bun, that's a little cute bun. And I don't have my normal tools because, as always, my sons take my stuff away, so I'm gonna have to use this brush over here. I believe this is the D91L Dim and Detangler brush. I'm gonna put the correct one in the description box below, but so far I think it's the D91L. So anyways, I'm just doing a little bun, a little better one than this. As you can tell, my hair is crusty. Anyways, so I wanted to talk about marriage today because I see a lot of comments of women condemning other women for not being married. And it's like, marriage is totally different from everyone. Like, your definition of a relationship, first of all, isn't the same as someone else's definition of a relationship. And then on top of that, your definition of marriage isn't the same as everyone else's. Like, there's layers to this stuff. So I just wanted to talk about my own experience with my relationship and like what people outside have to say about it, and how honestly at some point it started to affect me and it started to make me treat Jorge bad of external factors. I get a lot of comments from people, even like in real life, of people asking me why I don't share the same last name as my sons, which in other words, you know, they're saying like, why am I not married? And truthfully, it's the way that it's said, and it's also like, first of all, do you know me? Do you know us? Do you know our relationship? Like, you don't even know why someone's not married yet. You just come on and say like, oh, Black girls have this thought culture where all they do is spread their legs and make kids. They don't want to put a ring on it.
Listen, I will forever be against baby mama culture as a young Black American woman, because that disease is something that affects my community the most. And for those of you who like to come into my comments and believe that marriage does not matter, I swear to God, I really want y'all to just run into a brick wall super fast and just pass out. Y'all make me sick. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. You cannot sit here and tell me that marriage doesn't matter or marriage doesn't have an effect when 75% of Black children are raised in single-parent households. Oh, I'm sorry, fatherless homes. Let's just call it what it is. And 1 out of 4 Black women are only to get married. That is a big problem, because what affects you the most, more than race, more than economic class, more than education, is whether or not there is a father present in the household. I don't know why that is so hard for y'all to comprehend, but it matters. And as a woman with no children, the best gift that I can give my kids is a father who actually wanted them, as a father who was legally committed to their mother, in the household, present, raising our children together under one roof. There is nothing cute about giving a man a child who didn't think that you were good enough to give a ring to. And for those of you who still like to believe that marriage is just a piece of paper, marriage doesn't matter, I'm going to end that conversation today. Do you all remember the movie Diary of a Mad Black Woman? And when Charles got shot and he was god awful to his wife, Helen, but he was with the mistress. And when he got shot, the mistress wanted to cut off Charles' life support, but Helen wanted to save him. And she had the right to do that because she was legally his wife. So that just goes to show, when real life issues occur, nobody is looking for anybody but the wife. His wife is the only person who can make those type of calls. Not the baby mama, not the longtime girlfriend, not the mistress, his wife. The person that he got down on one knee to, the person that he went to the altar in front of God and the community and vowed his life to, is the person who was only allowed to handle his affairs. Period. The wife is the only one who gets acknowledged. If you want to be on this man's obituary known as his special friend, that's your business. You want to be the only one in the household who has the same last name, but you're the outsider, that's your business. But I am here. I will forever keep my foot on you all's necks as Black American women. Make these men commit to you. Our community relies on it.
Look, I'm just here to say, literally, marriage is different for everyone. That's a commitment not everyone is willing to make. And I'm not trying to spew negativity, but there's women and men alike who got married and then ended up being in a terrible divorce. That mean that they were taking their commitment seriously? Did to tell you more about my situation. And it's not anyone's business, but then I also feel like maybe there's someone who has a similar story to me. I always think about that, like maybe I'm not living my own life. So hold on, let me just get this word real quick. All right. So when Jorge and I started dating, we didn't have a talking phase. We didn't do that whole, I'm dating you, but I'm dating this person, but I'm dating that person. We were very exclusive. We discussed everything possible. We met when we were 18 and 19, so we discussed everything possible except for like money. But that includes our future, etc. And we were just very open with each other, very transparent, and we trust each other a lot. If it gets the job done. Okay. So the moment that I got pregnant, Jorge immediately started treating me like a wife, and we both agreed we didn't want to have a shotgun wedding just because I was pregnant, because everyone kept saying like, oh, when are you guys getting married? And it's like, y'all had evidence, of our union. Is giving big forehead today. Oh my gosh, y'all had evidence of our union because of my pregnancy, but there's so many people out here who are unmarried and they're just not pregnant. So, and I stand by it. Jorge said he wanted our moment to be our moment and not just a she's pregnant type thing. And even then, like beforehand, this man has been through so much with me. Family court, like, the man was not going anywhere. I don't think a marriage license is going to change it. On top of that, since we're talking about family, neither of our parents were married. So naturally, offhand, we weren't really like thinking about marriage or looking at the example of marriage. But now that we both recently have been back into the Bible, even beforehand, like that was something that we discussed. But yeah, now being back into the Bible, we're discussing marriage. What I'm saying is that marriage is different for everyone, because I consider him to be my husband spiritually. We're just not legally married. He treats me just like a wife. He made that declaration to me that he would take care of me. He's gotten me rings before. I just don't wear them. I lost one, and then the other one I just don't wear. Like, it's different for everyone. Also, on top of that, I was thinking about it and I'm like, is it like, what about people who don't have the money to legally get married, or who legally could get married? Are you telling me that the government defines marriage? God doesn't define marriage? Do you think some of these marriages that the government defined today is seen as righteous in God's eyes? Anyways, that's just some food for thought before you come and ask someone why they aren't married or why they doing XYZ and those steps that you would have taken. Because even the people who tell me or ask me why I'm not married, they themselves are not married or they're single. What's sad too is that there was one point where I would punish Jorge for the things that people would say to me. Like, it literally doesn't make sense to me. We both didn't have any kind of, like feelings towards marriage when we first started dating. So, and we were already in a very loving relationship. It's like, why did I feel like I started treating him bad based off of what other people would say. That doesn't make sense to just change the relationship when we already had it thus long. But yeah, that's it.